Hey, what's going on, my brothers and lady? JT here. I was gonna do like a cooking video, but I don't really have time for that. And I'm trying to get this fire pit started. So I'm making a like a Cajun something or another on the fire pit. So I'm doing andouille sausage and chicken and shrimp with celery, onion, bell pepper, oregano, cilantro, Gumbo File or filet. I'm trying to sound fancy when I say filet because I don't know how they pronounce it, but Gumbo File or filet is like an essential ingredient if you want to be all Cajun about it. Also Cayenne red pepper if you want to be all Cajun about it. So we're having a pretty nice autumn day here. It's about 60 degrees and I'm like, man, I want to cook. I want to cook outside. I got a 2.5 gallon cast iron pot. All right, it's like a skillet, but it's like 20 inches across and like 5 inches deep. And I'm gonna do all of this right on the flames. Every bit of it's gonna be kissing a little bit of smoke. This is some dank ass. I think that ain't elm. Oh, I'm hitting a knot. I can see it. Can you hear it cracking? Woo-wee. Come on. Oh, it's coming. There it goes. What a freaking ride this market is, huh? And by ride, I mean sideways. Anyway. Hope everybody's doing good. Keep your wits about you. This ain't January. Not yet, anyway. It ain't January 2020. Woo. Last time I did a fire pit video, I was talking about how I sold the bottom. Because it was always part of a long-term plan anyway. And now I can't wait for staking. I can't wait for a lot of things, man. You see all the stuff EY's doing and Consensus talking about central bank governance or issuing tokens in was it Thailand, other places. Like, God dang, look at the forest among the trees. You know, panicking because we're down from 400 against Bitcoin. Bitcoin, it's going to have its days. And if you're in the daily every day and you're emotionally connected to every little thing that happens, and if you're looking for good answers in Eat Finance Daily, I mean, yeah, their signal to noise ratio, we're pretty good, but you got to remember, there's a lot of people talking their order books. And that's fine, that's what we're there for. But if you're new, and you're new to crypto in particular, you're going to have some leather skin and a smart head and just pay attention to the broader aspect of things, because the times, they are a-changing. They are. If you're basing today's price action on what you think it'll be 5 years from now, this asset is not for you. It's just not. It'll brutalize you, you know. I'm in here every day, every stinking day. I love it. It's entertaining. I bring nothing to the table. Don't look to me for any advice or price projections. I gave all that up. I've been wrong so many times. I finally realized that it's not up to what any candlestick says. It's not up to what I think my gut feeling is. You know, like, my word ain't gospel. If you go through my history, and I'm a moderator, and what you need to not do is look to moderators for guidance. I'm the last person you want to look to for guidance. The only thing I'm trying to do is make sure we have good actors in there. We have people that are trying to bring intellectual conversation. All right. We support bearish sentiment. We support bullish sentiment. try to have the appropriate amount of shit posts from time to time, and you know, present facts whenever possible. But it doesn't matter the amount of facts that you can throw at anybody. You know, if you're trading based on what you read in the daily, you know, you'll get wrecked. So a lot of people are talking their bags, for better or for worse, and I just kind of look at the globally. The community is amazing. I have so much fun. I have fun even when the markets are like way down. I always said you'll find your best friends in the bottom of a bear market. And I use Reddit Enhancement Suite every day. You know, I'm always trying to find those contributors, the ones I upvote the most. If you use Reddit Enhancement Suite on desktop, it's cool. You'll find who you gravitate to, you know, and you'll find the people you've never seen before come in and talk their books, and all I try to do is take the spam out, you know, just try to do what you can to. Reddit doesn't give us crap for tools. And I got guys smarter than me on that moderator team that know how to use those tools, but Reddit doesn't give them to us, you know. So it's just a lot of kind of reading between the lines, and do your best. Try your best. Contribute where you can. Be a teacher. You know, we need teachers. We need people that can communicate what's happening, because it's happening. We can't just rely on, you know, the 12 main people on ETH Finance or Paul Brody from EY. We can't rely on all those guys. You know, it's a community building process. It extends beyond Reddit. All I know is Reddit. That's all I know. I do a little bit of Twitter, but I can't get in there. You know? It's a lot of fun. Some of the writers and the artists that you see, it's warming. All right, well, I gotta get this cold bed going. Hope you guys are doing good. Happy weekend, happy Halloween. It's about 2.5 gallons, but I'm not gonna fill that thing up. I don't have to feed an army. I just have to feed like a battalion. Garlic, butter, olive oil, celery. I'll let that steam a little bit, just so I can get the butter and the olive oil constituted, and then I'll open up the pan and let the moisture release. So when I do the celery, I actually leave the leaves on and everything, throw it through a chopper. I can hand mince all that, hand chop, whatever, but I just find it's easier and more uniform if I just use a mandolin or whatever chopper utensil you have. So it's about an onion and a half, a stalk of celery, 3 bell peppers, and a good, like, probably about a clove of garlic, because why not? Now, I'm not making a roux. Like if I was doing real gumbo, I would start off with flour and butter and make it's kind of like a gravy, and that helps thicken things up. But I really do want this to be more like a soup, and it's not going to be a real thick soup. But when it goes over jasmine rice, it just hits right. And so to finish it off, I put the shrimp in at the very end, and I put the cilantro in at the very end, and it kind of feels like almost like a Vietnamese, like faux kind of soup thing when it's done with the rice and stuff. So I know they use a lot more like noodles and whatnot, but I'm just this dude in Kansas baking it over a fire pit, and it works out pretty good. Starting to soften up a bit. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of seasoning. I'm not going to do it all. No reason to. Tony Cachere's, along with some Cayenne, crushed red pepper, Kosher Salt, and sea salt. That's about it. It's really not a lot. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and lower the grill down right on top of the wood. I'm going to pull the vegetables. Vegetables are going to get pulled to one side. Outdoor cooking, if you drop your spatulas on the ground, just put them over the flame for a hot second. Sanitize. Alright, so I'm going to get this hot. The vegetables over to the cool side. That. Add the chicken and andouille sausage. That's just cracked black pepper. I don't really advocate this as like some kind of healthy meal just because it has a whole stalk of celery in it. That's andouille sausage, which at the end of the day is sausage. And for this particular dish, it's chicken thigh meat. I don't do white meat for this if I'm going to be going all out on a fire pit. That's smelling pretty good. And it's okay if I'm going to char a little bit, right? You know? It's kind of the essence of cooking over an open flame, because what I'm going to do is deglaze it with a Bloody Mary. No, actually it's a chicken broth. Man, can you even see that? Here. Finally, shrimp. And this is pretty much going to finish. Like, I'm going to pull this off the heat, throw the shrimp in there, turn the heat off. By that I mean slide to the side. And then I'm going to throw cilantro in there, basically the same. So the deal with the shrimp is I'm not actually cooking this shrimp. Like, it's basically gonna cook in half a second in that amount. That's all she wrote. Put a lid on it. There it is, done and done. I'll throw it over a bed of jasmine rice and away we go. There you go right there, over jasmine rice. Tasty.